the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 9. Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And shalom to the 144,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp, coming at you with a quick lesson. And it's gonna be on the topic of the Israelites being exalted in these last days through YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. And the Israelites will consist of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay. And right now, we're on a low level as a nation. Okay, now when I read this earlier today, it made me think of Jacob and Esau. All right, the Israelites come from the seed line of Jacob. And as you know, Jacob, after he wrestled that angel, he changed his name to Israel, or Yasharahla, which means he is a prince of the power. We're sons of the Most High. So, as you know, Jacob had a twin brother, Esau. And those are the so-called, that's the so-called white race today. You see what I'm saying? And Esau is the older brother. And right now, he's at his highest level, you know, when it comes to, you know, ruling the earth and having possession of the resources and whatnot. It tells you in Job 9:24, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. All right, Esau is the wicked brother, the wicked twin brother of Jacob, our forefather. Okay. So right now, Jacob is at a low degree, but he's being exalted, man, through the word. The elect are being quickened through the word, man, through YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. So we're rejoicing, man, because we're on the come up. Esau is on the decline. Let's go into the next verse. It says, but the rich in that he is made low, because as the flower of the grass, he shall pass away. And that's exactly the case for Esau. Okay. Right now, he's the rich. All right. He's in authority. He has the fatness of the earth. He controls all these different industries, man, and these militaries and whatnot. Esau's in his heaven, but we're the poor, man, right now. You see? But Jacob is, you know, in the process of being exalted. And ultimately, when YAHAWASHI returns, he's going to set us up as the nation above all nations, as it tells you that we are in Deuteronomy 7:6, Deuteronomy 14:2, so on and so forth. Okay. We're getting ready to be raised up from this low degree. And another incident that comes into mind is an instance of this dynamic coming into mind is the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. Let's get there real quick. Actually, before I get the account of Lazarus, I want to get something in the book of Job that goes right along with this particular scripture right here. Right, talking about how the rich man is going to pass away. All right, that symbolizes Esau. All right, here we have the book of Job, chapter 20 and verse 4. And it says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite before a moment? All right. And the triumphing of the wicked is pretty much Esau's rulership. He's the wicked. All right. And his triumphing is only for a moment. He's on a decline, man. The Lord's about to take this man out. He will never rule again. So let him have it. Let him live it up. Because it's all coming to an end here. All right. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds. Right. He has all this space technology, you know what I'm saying? Shooting off rocket ships and, you know, constructing space stations and all this other shit. All right. His head is in the clouds, man. You know, he thinks he is God. Okay. And Esau has been blessed with, you know, different technology. All right. Mainly, you know, military technology And that's a blessing from, our forefather Isaac. All right. But what does it say next? Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Yeah, the Lord about to flush his ass down the toilet, man. That's what dung is. Dung is shit. And what do you do with that? You dispose of it. Well, guess what? The Lord finna dispose of Esau, Edom, the so-called white race. All right. First is gonna, start with them being taken out of power in the midst of World War III, okay, which is brewing right now. YAHAWASHI is going to return in the midst of that with the host of heaven, okay, and he's going to go into captivity for a long period of time, 1,000 long, hard years of captivity. That's what's coming to you, Edomites, who are rich right now, okay? You're going to be cast down all the way to the bottom. And we're going to have our foot on your fucking neck. And then we're going to do away with you. You're going to, be exterminated, according to Obadiah 1:18. And then you're never going to be seen on the earth again. You're not going to see an Edomite walking around anymore after that period, man. Okay? That's the prophecy. Okay, and we're in the beginning stages of this fully being brought to fruition. Okay, right now, Esau's being exposed by the word. All right, he was able to hide for many years, calling himself the white man and all these other names, French, Spanish, American, British, all these different names. But now we know that he's Esau. All right, those 1948ers, man, those small hats claiming to be the chosen people, it's been exposed that he is of the seed of Amalek, which are Edomites. So we're in the sentencing stage, man. He's been called out as the fugitive of the earth. All right. And now he's going to be taken out of power. And then it's slavery. And then extermination. That's the process. No more Edomites at the end of the day. And the earth is going to rejoice. So here we have the account of Lazarus, all right, and the rich man. This is Luke chapter 16 and verse 19, Lord YAHAWASHI speaking in the red letter. All right, this is a parable, okay? It says, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. All right, so this is a rich man that's being talked about right here. And this represents Esau, Edom, the so-called white race. Okay, living it up every damn day. You see these devils, man, on the golf course Monday morning, while your ass is rushing to get to work. They out there sipping mimosas and playing, 18 holes of golf, man. You see, living it up, man. Doing business deals and shit while you barely paying the bills. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores. And that poor man, the beggar Lazarus, symbolizes the Israelites in their low condition. You see Jake, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, in the worst parts of the cities. Okay, in the ghettos, the hoods, the barrios, the reservations. All right, and our people are fucked up, man. Our people are jacked up, man. Our families are messed up. Relationships between the men and the women are horrible. All right, it's due to us being in this oppression. Okay, full of sores, man. Now let's see here, next verse. And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table, moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. Now that's Jake, all right, begging the rich man for the crumbs, man. That's what you see a lot of our people doing. All right, going to Esau, selling their soul to try to, get a piece of the pie, man, which is just crumbs compared to what they got. These celebrities, to the regular person, they appear to be rich and wealthy, but they're not, man. They're just getting some of the crumbs off of Esau's table. These elites of Esau are extremely wealthy. And even some of these regular no-name Edomites, man, they got more money than the average Israelite, like 20 times over. All right, for the majority of them. Now, it says the dogs came and licked his sores. That's talking about these other heathens. And that's why you see so-called Arabs in our neighborhoods. You got the Chinese, the Koreans, all these other heathen nations in Israelite neighborhoods making money off of them, selling you the worst kind of food. All right, selling you that those toxic chemicals that come with those hair hats that you black women be wearing. You so-called black women. All right, they making money off of you, man. They taking advantage of our lower state, and they look down on your ass. You go into their stores, you buy all their merchandise at a high price. You see, because they getting it for way less than they charging your ass, and they look down on you, man. You see, that's them licking the sores of our oppression, them benefiting off of our pain. Salakia. All right. Verse 22. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. Now, we got to break this down. It's not talking about a place under the earth where you burn forever. Hell is the grave. All right. You see, hell is also a condition played out on the earth. Right now, the Israelites are in hell on the bottom, having our food poisoned and being, afflicted by these heathens. All right. Last hired, first fired. All you know all that, man. You see, we're in hell right now, having these damn devils ruling over us, man. They living it up while we are on the bottom. All right, but it's temporary. So the point is that the rich man ended up being in torments, man, and that's what's coming to you, you heathen, especially you Edomites. You're finna go into captivity. You gonna be in hell. All right, the Lord's about to turn the tables. He's about to exalt Jacob, all right, the Israelites, and he's about to throw Esau into captivity, and he's gonna have the worst, harshest captivity ever known to man. All right, we're going to beat the shit out of you devils, man, in the kingdom. All right, every day except the holy days. All right. So it says, and seeth Abraham afar off and Lazarus in his bosom. All right, the Israelites finna come into the promises that were made to our forefather Abraham. All right, the Lord didn't disannul his promises he made to Abraham. We're about to come into that. All right. It's only for the Israelites. And Esau's going to see us in our blessing. And he going to be in hell, man. Now it goes on to say. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue. For I am tormented in this flame. All right. Now that's symbolic as well, man. Because Esau going to be catching so much damn hell in the, in the near future, that he's going to be begging to get some kind of relief. You see what I'm saying? That's what that's symbolizing right there. All right. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. There you go, man. Trading places, baby. You've seen that movie. That's a good movie, to watch. But then it kind of goes into that as well, man. How, Eddie Murphy went from being poor to being rich. And the rich white guy, I believe his name was Winthorpe in the movie. He was cast down to the bottom. All right. But anyway, the point is that the Lord is turning the tables for the Israelites, man. All right. In our favor. We're going to be rich in righteousness. Esau was rich in wickedness, man. He had his good things, the mansions, the golf courses, you know what I'm saying? The businesses and flying in private jets and yachts and providing for his family, sending his whole family to college and all this shit, And now his time is up. Next verse it says, and beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which shall pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence. So it's going to be a big gap in between the Israelites and you Edomites in the kingdom, or in the rest of you heathen. It's going to be a big difference between us and the rest of the world, man. We're going to be on the top, high above you motherfuckers, man. All right. Then he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. For I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment. Abraham said unto him, they have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them. So pretty much, Esau will, be trying to get right. But the Lord's like, hey, we know that Esau can't get right because he's the wicked. And the prophets are here now, man, preaching the word. Esau knows the word, but does he follow it? No. And he can't because he's the wicked. All right. So the Lord's like, look, man, the prophets are here, preaching the word. They've been here. And he said, nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent. And Esau can't repent. It's a wrap, baby. It's over. And he said unto him, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead. And the one who rose from the dead is YAHAWASHI. All right. You see, Esau has all these records. All right. And he's still the wicked because he can't get right. He's created to be the wicked. And now it's time for the wicked to go into captivity. Hey, it's 4:41. All right. That's 144 right to left. Okay. 4:41 p.m. Hey, call Allah, YAHAWASHI. All right. All right. So like this is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6. And it says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time. All right. And that's what we're doing. Starting with the elect. The elect of Israel are humbling themselves and turning back to the Lord, YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahawashi. Acknowledging their sins and are in hopes of salvation, in hopes of receiving mercy. All right. And at the end of that, the Lord's going to exalt his elect, man. All right. The world's going to know that we are the chosen of YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahawashi. You see, he's going to exalt us in due time from this low ass estate that we're in, being disrespected by every heathen nation on the face of the earth. It's going to be a thing of the past, man. They're going to be in utter awe of what the Lord does with us, man. I got to bring this one out. Revelation 13 and verse 10. Heavy hitter. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints and the saints of the Israelites. So we're patiently waiting in faith for the Lord to deliver our enemies into our hands. Okay. He that leadeth into captivity must go into captivity, man. Who led the Israelites into slavery? I mean, it's very well documented that it was you so-called white people and all the different horrific atrocities you committed against us in slavery. All right. You're going into captivity as a result of that. It's right here in the scriptures, man. This is something that your Christian pastor will never go over. All right. Because they ain't got the truth. All right. Your Edomite Christian pastor ain't going to go into this. Shit, even you pork chop eating ass, Jakes in the Christian church, the Baptist church, the Catholic church, they ain't going to go over this scripture right here. This is a prophecy that's getting ready to unfold. The ones that led us into captivity, they finna go into captivity. Those that killed us with the sword, they finna be killed with the sword, man. All right. And we just patiently waiting in faith, as it says right here. Got to get it. Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahawashi, will have mercy on Jacob. Whew. And will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Now we got to break this down. The Lord's going to have mercy on us because for all these years we've been afflicted in these different captivities, man. Because the Lord punishes us by setting a heathen nation above us, man. It's been like that all throughout history. All right. The Babylonians, the Assyrians, we're in captivity underneath them. All right. The Greeks, all right, which are Edomites. All right. The Medo-Persians. All right. Then you have the Romans. All right. Which are Edomites. And now we're under captivity underneath who? Those same people, the Edomites. Now they're going under, different names, such as Americans, Europeans, and we know that they're really just the Edomites. Okay. So the Lord said he's going to choose Israel, man. He's going to have mercy on us. He's going to take us out of this captivity. We weren't meant to be in oppression forever. Our punishment is up, man. Okay, now it says he's going to set us in our own land. As you know, when YAHAWASHI returns, he's going to set us back over there in our homeland, Jerusalem. After those gutter rats are cleared out in the midst of World War III, because that place is going to get nuked. The Lord is going to get them gutter rats out of our land. He's going to set us back over there. We're going to inhabit that land forever. All right. And the strangers shall be joined with them. That's talking about the Israelite foreigners. They're going to be joined back unto their heritage, man. All right. You got Israelites scattered throughout all the heathen nations that even look like the heathen nations. They're going to come back to their true heritage as Israelites, because they're Israelites by their father's seed line. All right. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord YAHAWAH, bahasham YAHAWASHI, for servants and handmaids. Now this is talking about the heathen. We're going to possess the heathen as joint heirs with YAHAWASHI. It tells you about that in Psalms 2. All right. You see? So we're going to have them as our servants and handmaids. You heathen nations are going to go into captivity. All you heathen that look down on us, you finna be our servants. And you gonna love it. All right, we're going to beat your ass for a period of time to get you in order. All right, because y'all going into captivity as well. It's going to be a harsh thing for y'all. Not as bad as Esau, but it's going to be pretty bad for you heathen. So we got to get you in, get you in order. And then once you're beaten into submission, you're going to love serving us, because our kingdom is going to be a righteous kingdom, unlike Esau's kingdom, where Esau fucks everybody over. Nah, you're going to be all right as long as you serve us. All right, you're going to be good. You and your families. Now, it says, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. All right, there you go. That's the Lord turning the tables. That's the theme of this lesson. Okay. The Lord is going to exalt us, and we're going to rule over our oppressors. That is what's next. When it's all said and done with, when Jacob's trouble is over, when World War III is over, this is going to be the end result, man. And our King YAHAWASHI is going to be here. 144,000, the governing body is going to be set in place to rule the earth in righteousness, man. Never to go into captivity ever again. This is the last time you're going to see an Israelite clocking into a job. This is the last time you're going to see an Israelite in one of your goddamn prisons. All right, it's the last time you're going to see an Israelite out of order. The Lord is finna set everything in order, man. All right, 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, all right, the end of the age, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see, we're at the end of Esau's age of ruling the earth. They've been ruling the earth for centuries, man. And now it's time for them to, fade off. All right. But it's going to be a violent takedown. I'll leave it there. I'll say that much. But anyway, the point is that they're going to be thrust out of rulership, and Jacob is going to be the next ruler. We're going to be the next rulers of the earth. It's going to be forever. All right. Because the kingdom of YAHAWAH, bahasham YAHAWASHI, is forever. He's not going to be taken down. All right. Right here. Psalms 145 verse 13. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy dominion endureth throughout all generations. Yeah, that's right. The kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of YAHAWAH, bahasham YAHAWASHI, and the Israelites, is going to be an everlasting kingdom. Ain't gonna be no more wars. Ain't gonna be no uprisings against the Israelites. We're gonna have spiritual power. We're gonna be in the second covenant, unable to die, immortals. All right. So it's not gonna be anybody that can defeat us, man. It ain't gonna happen. All right. That's the future that is at hand. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read down a little bit. Verse 14, it says, "The Lord YAHAWAH, bahasham YAHAWASHI, upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down." All right, that's us, man. We fell. The Israelites fell as a nation, right? When we rebelled against the Lord, man, and that's why we were thrust into captivity underneath all these other heathen nations. But guess what? He's upholding us, man. He's reserved a remnant. And they have obtained mercy. They've obtained the truth. And the nation of Israel is going to be brought back through the remnant. Those are the ones that have woken up in these last days to the knowledge of Yahawah, bahasham YAHAWASHI, and have repented and have wholeheartedly put their trust in, Yahawah, bahasham YAHAWASHI. And those who continue on to the end, that's the remnant, man. They're going to have the first dominion of the kingdom. They're going to be the first rulers of the kingdom. Okay? The Lord is raising up those that are bowed down. That's us in this current condition. All right? Hurt. But we're being healed. And we're going to be exalted in due time. It goes on to say, "The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou givest them their meat in due season." That's right. That's right, man. We're going to have what we need and everything that we could want and more in due season, man. And we're coming into that season. The very fact that we've woken up to who we are is a sign of that. All right. Here we have the book of Ecclesiasticus, otherwise known as Sirach. All right. In the Apocrypha, chapter 10 and verse 8, it says, "Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another." What is that talking about? All right. These damn devils, these Edomites, the so-called white race, is very well documented that they got this land, and they got all the lands that they inhabit by way of murder, robbery, deceit, lying, okay, by way of wicked means. That's how they got their lands and their rulership and their riches. They stole it from other nations, and they really fucked up when they took our land, because as you know, America was inhabited by the northern kingdom of the nation of Israel, you so-called Latinos, Native Americans. And they came over here on them ships and they slaughtered a lot of our people. They deceived them, gave them smallpox blankets and all type of different shit, made a bunch of treaties that they broke, and they broke all of them. Showing you that this man is a goddamn devil. So because of that, the Lord is going to translate the kingdom or the dominion of the earth to another people, which is who? The Israelites. And we're going to do it in righteousness forever. All right, because wickedness doesn't, it doesn't prevail, man. You can't rule in wickedness. It's only temporary. Righteousness is forever. Okay? So here we have the book of Revelation, chapter 5, and I'm going to end it with this right here. All right? This is going into the vision of John the Revelator that he had on the island of Patmos of YAHAWASHI, all right, who is the Lamb. All right, now let's read this. It says, "And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the four beasts, and in the midst of the elders stood a lamb, as it had been slain." All right, that's YAHAWASHI, "having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of the Most High, sent forth into all the earth. And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne." So he saw YAHAWASHI receiving the scriptures, all right, from Yahweh. "And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of the odors, which are the prayers of the saints." So this is in the spiritual realm, man. Okay. These are heavenly things being talked about right here. Now it goes on, verse 9. "And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof." All right. And the Lord has opened the seals of the Bible, man, because for a long time, People didn't understand it. All right. And to this day, people don't understand the scriptures, man. But the elect, starting with the 144,000, they're singing that new song, which is this gospel, the true understanding of it. And it's only because YAHAWASHI was able to open the seals of our mind to give us the understanding of the scriptures, man, through our elders and apostles on down, man. Now it says, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the Most High by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. And that's only talking about the Israelites, okay? Because you got simple ass Christians that would like to say, see, the Lord, Jesus died for all the nations. Nah, man. He was a sacrifice for the nation of Israel. And you can prove that by going to Matthew 15 and verse 24. YAHAWASHI clearly tells you that he was only sent down to the earth for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And you got Israelites that are mixed in amongst every heathen nation. Like I said earlier, you got Israelites that look like so-called Chinese, that look like so-called white people, that look like, Arabs and whatnot, but they're really Israelites. All right, because our forefathers intermingled with the heathen women and gave birth, and the women gave birth to children that looked like, those heathens. And over time, they begin to actually look exactly like the heathen, but they're really Israelites. So that's who the Lord YAHAWASHI came to redeem, our people out of every tongue and people and nation. Let's go on to the next verse, and I'm going to end it with this. And has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. That's right, man. Rulership. That's what's coming to the nation of Israel. We're going to be a nation of kings and priests on the earth. You see that? And we're going to reign with YAHAWASHI, man, being joint heirs. So, I just wanted to bring that out, man. We're in the process of being exalted, man. All right. Once YAHAWASHI gets his glory, he's going to exalt us as well, man. And we're going to reign on the earth. So I'm in this lesson right here. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, Rakha Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. Equam Yasharahla in the Bible ball. Shalom. We up next, baby. Call Allah, YAHAWASHI.